Dogs here in this story, but we just got done with March Madness, and Thunder, Pity Gleegi, and Zanny are ready to add to that Cinderella story here in April.
Let's see if they're going to be able to do even more of this. I don't know what a madness synonym would be for April. I'm sure someone out there has a thesaurus and will be able to think it up, but I want to see if the Purple Raiders will be able to do the exact same thing here. But as we move over, look, you and I think we really enjoyed talking about Robert Morris University. We had an extra thing in the middle of there to really describe it, but with rad moves, Demented Sheep, and Illuminous, like, come on, that just makes them seem even cooler.
Yeah, you know, I think my favorite thing in this series is going to be when Robert Morris just Mortises all over the pitch. I think that's going to be. I think that's going to be it. I'm super excited to see here. And you mentioned the 3-1 for Robert Morris. Mount Union actually had a sweep over Michigan, so it's not going to be easy for Robert Morris by any means.
Not by any means, but it's Armu versus Umu, and if you're gonna ooh-woo about it, you better get out of my chat. But in the blue, the Colonials will be fighting hard and quickly, and especially as Rad Moves, that senior is especially using the meta quote-unquote boost. Gotta make sure that no one knows when they're boosting forward with that grass.
The lawnmower boost. Reynolds, just stop, man. Just stop. I don't know why this is a thing, but it is definitely a thing, and it seems to work because a lot of people can't hear it or see it. So Demented Sheep here, not able to make the read, but going to be able to reset, play this backboard, at least get a small clear, but it's looking like Mountain Union is kind of starting this lockdown here in the corner. However, everybody just kind of leaves the ball. Rad Moves actually has a ton of boosts. He's going to fake that he has any. Not able to win a challenge just yet. Is this going to be a three-person passing play? Going to get it all the way down. This is going to be dangerous, but it's going to be cut out by Mount Union. Now the transition going back the other way, but that's a huge bump to clear out space. And now a 1v or a 2v1 coming back on this side. Great save made by Zanny.
Love that find by Zanny. I've actually seen them play before in some community leagues, and they are really a force to be reckoned with, so you don't want to leave them unchecked as well. That one gets cut down very quickly, and Rad Moves going to climb the ladder to at least look for a clear. It gets cut down very quickly, but instead is able to get launched up as Pity trying to do a bit of a pit maneuver from behind. Then they rotate into the near side post. They take it away, but Rad Moves, the senior, is going to find the first goal of this series.
That's some smooth moves over there by Rad, able to find this ball through the net, and it's just a kind of, I don't understand why two people are kind of streaking down on the other side. Mount Union must have been searching for boost instead of prioritizing the ball during that rotation. It's going to be RMU up 1-0 right now. I'm definitely excited to see what Mount Union can do on the way back as Demented Sheep here with no boost. Not going to be able to do much, but they get 100. They get a wild shot, unfortunately, just wide of the target, but a good demo going to come out as well as Illuminous going to be able to try to put this one down. It's not going to happen just yet, but another challenge won by RMU. Going to keep this ball in the orange half.
These Colonials so far, the main moniker of their attack is to really just kind of rip something as hard and fast as they can and then look for a demo thereafter. It's a very fundamental but also a very uptick way of play to disrupt what could be a counter position from out of Mount Union. Now that's going to be a massive 50. Look at the takeaway. Already picking the pocket, looking for a big flick, but that actually puts them in a bad position. Thunderous is not going to actually just Thunder trying to be thunderous as they looked for something from the outside of that ball, but Sheep going to slow everything down off of another demo, and we find ourselves just kind of playing handball out here at the midway mark.
I love these midfield battles, though. The jockeying for possession, the pre-jump opportunity from Robert Morris. Okay, you're up 1-0, fam. You're feeling yourself that much already in this series? I get you. Trying to show off why they're the 2 seed there, going with the pre-flips. Here's Pity right here. Nice dribble, a little bit of boost to work with. Gets a turbo flick, but going to be able to get it past one. Here's an opportunity going to be cut down by Illuminous.
Oh man, you know what? Whenever a team, especially if they have a long series, it's a best of 7. If you're trying stuff like that early, it is not just setting pace, but tone. And you have to be able to turn that into a trend because Mountain Union, if they want to counterplay against it, they have to be able to burn through a lot of resources, and they've done that. This is going to be a challenge to the crossbar. Great find by Demented Sheep. Rad Moves trying to get up there as well. And because of that previous try, they were able to get in the way of what could be a successive shot. Now, they've not been able to escape. This is a boon for the Raiders, but you gotta get out of this back half, and Robert Morris is just so easy to be able to find some of these lanes.
Yeah, they were so starved on boost too, and they were just able to finally find that way to get it just a touch away so they can get that defensive pass in. It was a great job right there. Big demo going to come out right here. Ball down in front of the net. Here's Thunder looking for a double tap. Not going to be able to find it. Goes back out to the corner. You're able to secure the boost. You are not. So corner boost going to be available for Robert Morris, and that blast of a clear is going to just free up some space, and I couldn't even see what was going on there. But now it might look like an overcommit. If Thunder can get a nice amount of pace on this, it's going to be on target, but saved. It didn't have the mustard.
Oh, that's a massive demo as well, because that was just like a corner boost grab as well. So as soon as Robert Morris is actually able to move upfield, Mountain Union comes streaking right around and puts the hurt on him, but it's still just a 1-0 venture. Individual play, the follow-up, and what a bang! Oh my goodness! Illuminous illuminates the back of the net.
With some help from Demented Sheep right here, this is a huge pinch. They're just going to keep the ball right there. Illuminous is going to come under, and they're going to rocket that thing. 85 miles an hour. Those are freedom units. That is not KPH. That is a slinger of a shot.
Oh my goodness, we suddenly go south of that northern Canadian border and we're screaming the right way. It's absolutely free to take what they can, and they are just putting Umu in a box and beating it with with a huge drum. However, Thunder will find one here. I think that this ends up being an OG.
It certainly could. I mean, it's a turbo flick once again, but Pity just does a good enough job getting in front. And a little bit of a forced error there, I would say. The shot was good in front. However, you have somebody rotating off that near post, trying to get around the play, just a little bit too close. Ends up making it that own goal that makes this a 2-1 game. And now Mountain Union definitely needs the pressure. Some boost steals already coming out as well. This is going to be a big beat, and that's going to be on target. No, it's going to be off of the post. Illuminous able to get this one away. No boost to their name at all. Does anybody know? They do, but they take the 50-50 as well, as the transition has to be quick here for Mountain Union. Sling towards the net. Huge dunk in front. The opportunity saved by Rad moves. Ball still in the air. Pity's able to keep it up. Rad doing their best to stay on this ball to try to kill this game. Has the flip reset. Going to be saved out. We have so much extracurricular activity, but the fake comes out. And
present. Now we go into game number 2. I want to see what consistency gets defined by both these squads. You know that Mountain Union wants to find more purposeful attacks and not simply have to wait on what Robert Morris is dropping from behind. They were able to have a fantastic defense, need to get them running forward more often. They're going to dive on this, but Illuminous will actually stay back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind that at all from Illuminous, as you know, you don't want to sell out when two people are so close to that ball. As Pity going to sit back here, now going to take up to the backboard. Are they going to be able to get a strong clear? Looking more for the defensive pass here. It's a great first touch. Can you beat it out? It's going to be a nice cutoff in the midfield. Rad Moves has the read, but going to be completely dusted by Pity. Back to the midfield we go. We're seeing passes on both ends right now, but it's just cut out at the last minute by both these teams.
Remember the initial score that we got, the only real big one other than the couple that followed thereafter was Rad Moves that followed everything from an individual play. That's going to be Sheep, who has been the clear-cut glue to get between both Illuminous as well as Rad Moves for Robert Morris to be able to move forward. But now as we see them in just a full chunk of cars here, nearly just having a full column of them, nothing really finding an opening. Rad Moves will test it, and it ends up being a jump that they will pay off for.
At that point, all you have to do is beat out the defender, because you understand that your teammate is going for every bump under the sun here, and it's just another small double commit coming out. You have the person diving who just secured the boost in the corner, and the front post also trying to drive up to that ball, and it's too little too late. Once the defender is beat who's jumping and trying to put that hand up, Robert Morris is going to be able to take full advantage again, and we see just those little mistakes continue to get taken advantage of as this shot goes just high.
Demented Sheep in an awkward position, no boost, no way that they're going to be impactful here, so they have to rely on the senior in Rad Moves, but they've been doing that a lot more often, and this is definitely a player that you can rely on leadership-wise and mechanically to be able to get yourself out of a bad position. The Colonials, they will see Umu now starting to move up. Thunder tries to at least test the defense. That's going to be a drop, but it's going to be way too wide, and that's something that you don't want to have as a consistent rhythm and pattern here from Mountain Union.
Yeah, we're not really seeing Mountain Union get any of that possession that we saw in game number 1 either. No. That's a great demo in front, though. This might be the opportunity. A little cut shot, and it's going to be in. Of course, as soon as I say it, the demo play, Zanny's able to develop this, a rocket off the corner, and just catches it perfectly past the defender. That is a doink of all doinks.
That's just having to wait until you have the most solid and outside region of the ball and your car. You nearly have to completely drive past that ball to be able to make that kind of shot because it's such at a wide flat angle. But a fantastic follow to what was that demo situation, but that's going to be a cut of their own. Demented Sheep simply sees a corner undefended.
Yeah, I don't have any words for this. It's just unfortunate touch right there. And again, we said it in the last series. We're going to say it in this one too. When you get caught rotating ball side, bad things happen to good people.
Yeah, unfortunate. Zanny, that's actually the exact same situation we've seen now twice. All right, it's all right. If you guys need some extra coaching tips or whatever to add to your YouTubes or your TikToks, this is exactly what you should, the VOD that you should bring up of what not to do in your rotations. But at the midway mark right now, this Champions Division matchup has been pretty decent. Looking for a flip reset. Demented Chief will flip out of this and leave it to Rad Moves, and we're gonna burn some extra time, which could burn away at the back of the net. Mount Union gets away with one.
Hey, get away with it, but we're going to see if they're going to be able to capitalize on this potential transition. We know the one chasing down doesn't have a lot of boost, trying to get the flick over the top. It's not going to happen. As Thunder here, not a lot of boost for himself as well. This is going to be rather difficult for them to survive. Zanny does a good job of getting pads, at least being that solid third here, having that boost in the tank to be able to defend. As that shot going to be on net, Demented Sheep's able to get in the way, but it's looking like more possession coming out for Mount Union here. Nice little pinch going to go off to the side, but not going to find much here as Thunder looks to capitalize and basically throw the lockdown onto this blue half. However, Robert Morris too good, gonna break out, and immediately we go backwards.
Just kind of bing bong everywhere. Thunder, great setup. It could be a shot as well as they just kind of hand it off to the top of the box, but Rad Moves finds a lot of clearance. That's a fantastic follow-up connection as they air it out. Illuminous, they put up another opportunity, and Pity simply has to commit, but Illuminous then is there for what just was not powerful enough to escape danger.
But you have to cover 17 angles here. He can shoot that high, he can shoot it low, he can shoot it left, he can shoot it right. He put a hand up, he did the best that he could in that situation. He had just grabbed the 12 boost pad in front of the net, and that was all they had. So it makes it that much more difficult to get an impactful save in that scenario. And it's just props to Robert Morris again for being clean and efficient with their counterattacks. I mean, we continue to see this, right? It's Mount Union puts on a ton of pressure, but doesn't really get that shot that can be the final nail in the coffin to get them a goal. And Robert Morris just transitions immediately and makes something for themselves.
Yeah, it's like a dog chasing a car and actually catching up to the bumper and looking around confused. They work up to that and they don't know what to do once they've gotten there. There's a couple times, actually, well, I guess just the one time, they did come away with some good purchase. Looking to be able to get onto this. Pity really has become a phantom in my eyes when it comes to being, or at least finding mega value out of their rotations. And that's something that needs to change, because otherwise it's been a lot of Thunder and a lot of Zanny. It's been a two-man composite. With less than 40 seconds to go, you do have Pity. They are found. Maybe you're looking for one extra, but they can't find that solid connection. They were upfield though, and that was going to be the danger point. Robert Morris though simply has to keep this defense running strong.
I mean, it's a right idea, wrong execution. You have to turn that Phantom into a Vandal, right? So we're going to see Thunder over here onto the side. Gonna get bumped off of this one. This ball is just gonna be floating. Good challenge here by Zanny. That might be straight into the net. It's not red. No! Now you don't trust him there. You're down 2 goals. Sit in the house. Sit in the entire house. Bet the farm.
There's not enough animals left on this farm, and that one's gonna end up going the way of Robert Morris. Yeah, you know, there's a lot of respect that goes to a team that's been absolutely outplaying you, but sometimes see what you can develop, because at this point in time, if the Colonials grab this game, it is going to be the worst kind of uphill to climb for this Mount Union. We're in game number 3.
Yeah, that kind of uphill is uphill both ways in the snow. We've been told that our whole lives, and we know that's a lie, but it's still not a pretty place to be. As this is going to be a nice little touch, but I'd like to see Mount Union start to hit a little bit of defensive passing here as well, right? Those strong clears is really what's generated a lot of that Robert Morris offense. Ooh. And Mount Union decides to go ahead and kind of just solo clear these balls out, and it's just very difficult to get yourself in a situation where you don't get that extra pace on the ball against a team this good.
Oh, nice flick. That's going to be on target, but it doesn't have enough speed. But you're also having to work against 2 defenders, as Rad Moves was the last one to come up with it. Now trying to feed it over to Demented Sheep. Illuminus simply keeping this one upfield, but it becomes a demo that can really play the man advantage for. Look how Thunder is just in the midst of jumping between all those blue players. That is just to be able, just to force the defense to have to respect what they could be threatening with, and now they turn around with the real attack.
Yeah, I mean, but it was a ball that was clearly over their head, right? And that's what I kind of talk about being disrespectful. It's like, what is he doing up? As that was a great pinch to the midfield, but nobody was there to take advantage of it. Nice little backflip here, but so much space because of that bump, but not a lot of boost over here for Mount Union. This might be a great opportunity, so that's going to rocket out to the opposite side. We see another side boost grabbed by Robert Morris, so it's looking like they're going to be able to apply that lockdown pressure here that we've seen from them at times in this series.
Oh, they're actually half rotating with the initiating man, just kind of cutting it, trying to be able to get like kind of the, not quite the pick the pocket, but the intercept and not let something develop. Zanny doesn't get a flip, but that still is just enough to scare Robert Morris to kind of sit down for a second. They've taken a page out of your book of coaching here, Visionary. They are literally going for every challenge that can exist, and it's really been able to stall RMU from being able to press upfield with advantage.
My favorite thing about it so far, though, is that it hasn't broken their rotation. They're still steady. They still have a third back. They just have that one that is putting up a hand a little bit earlier than it's expected. Is that shot going to be way wide? That was delivered about 14 miles to the left of the net, as Zanny going to leave this one. This might be an opportunity. Double commit here. Demented Sheep not able to get a strong clear. We're going to have a full reset here for Mount Union as that's chased down, and I think the player was waiting on boost, wasn't able to find it as Demented Sheep gets a massive read here. It's going to be another shot rocketed into the corner. Robert Morris, another example here of valuing possession over everything. Possession's 9/10 of the law, but the ball's not in the net.
The last tenth is simply looking for the win, and they just can't find a dub beside themselves. But despite themselves, they still have possession. Demented Sheep playing from behind it. What a shot. Get everyone to be baited. They play with time. They knew they had it from the ceiling. Wait. Musty through.
And not only a musty, like, let's go ahead and throw that back post too, just to let you know how good I am. I'm going to go ahead and just put that, even if you were in a position to save it, it would be that much more difficult to do it. As Robert Morris here, not able to collect the kickoff off the initial start. Zanny not able to get that challenge off the ceiling, but the ball is going to be in front. And oh my, this is a 4-0-4 situation. Defense not found just yet. Going to be towards the middle. It's a great job by Zanny getting back on time. And honestly, that was just a lot of Robert Morris not able to get the pace on the ball to take advantage of that.
Oh, they were just a kind of a car length too far. That's unfortunate. But what is great fortune is that they're still up 1-0. They have been able to burn so much clock and possession time from Umu. That's a shot that has to find Illuminus, who has been so good defensively to keep this team of Robert Morris in a great position. And yet, this is a faster rotation. Look at be able to dive through if they can. Zanny is going to go to the corner, steal that boost. No, he comes away with nothing. He finds something at the midfield instead. Rad moves to the opposite end. Pity needs to feed it. Get it to the beast of Zanny, and that's top shelf it in. Tied at 1.
That's the perfect passing play right there. You know, one player, that's the only one that has boost. You just secured the other corner. Pass it to the midfield. You know they're going to be front post, back post. They've been there for a minute. And 78 miles an hour in the top shelf, that is never being saved.
No, I mean, unless you were already there. And even then, I think the ball might explode your car. But gotta see if Mount Union can simply not play from a place of disadvantage, but be able to become now in the lead. That's been something that's really been away from them. Illuminus finds the first. They don't overcommit with rad moves, and yet, again, who is the one that's lighting up the backboard with great defense? It's Illuminus every time. I
mean, Illuminus is sitting here saying they will illuminate, and oh my, I mean, what a shot right here by Illuminus. I don't want to say anything, but I think the defender here looks like they're potentially DC'd. It might have been a controller, might have been whatever. Little bump from the back as well to get a little pull shot goal going on. So we're going to see how this is handled, of course. I'm not sure if we have the pause ability here, but it's looking like 2-1 is going to stick.
I think right now, I think they continue play. I believe that there is not an administrator account, so they just simply kind of continue on. So, unfortunate as it is, they do continue play for the time being. As Thunder is going to put this one up to the midfield. Pity will be kind of in weight. They all know it's not exactly great, and I think simply they have to go with what they have when it comes to networking. So, That was a fantastic play, though, taking advantage of not just the position, but as well as the counter play. Luminous will find yet another one, and this should put it on ice.
It definitely is going to put it on ice here. Luminous finally able to get involved on the offense, getting the demo as well, and just slotting that one complete upper 90 top shelf in the corner. I mean, it's a great shot. It's just an unfortunate situation that obviously it's going to be worked through here. We're going to go ahead and get the fake kickoff. There's a free goal. Nope, it's going to be shut down by Demented Sheep. So Mount Union going to get one right here and find it. Zanny going to go ahead and get themselves on the board for their second in this match.
You know what? There's still a chance. So Ohio, 1, needs to get better servers. 2, Umu has a moment of clarity and a moment of hope. As 6 seconds remain, can they be able to find just enough speed off this kickoff rip? Do they play for possession? Rad Moves is going to play for keeps as they get that corner boost, put it to the wall, and this is just going to be a fond farewell.
Going to start off, shot just off net. Nice call off right here as well. Zanny trying to get this over the top. Actually going to get a dunk here. Unfortunately, just a little too close to the backboard. So we're looking for a midfield pass. Not going to be able to be found. Demented Sheep. Oh, that shot. Demented Sheep faking that one out. I mean, I respect the fake there, but if you missed that, that ball was going right into the back of your net. And oh my, Mount Union right now starting off with a lot of offense.
Now, the problem, though, is that they've not been able to get past a single defender. No bumps, no demos, and look how actually Thunder is committed Pity is going to be able to get this one all the way upfield. And Umu, if they do not get something off of this opening minute, then not only will you start to just kind of suffer mechanically, but you're also going to feel some of that morale just kind of shift off. They know for a fact that they've been able to put some threats against Robert Morris, but they now have to actually come away with the points to back it up.
Good backside demo as well, just to kind of eat that up. A little double commit here in the corner, but you have somebody that just spawned, so you're going to be okay as this ball. Great doink right there by Illuminous. And defensive MVP of the entire series so far, I think has to be him. He's been so great. We get a demo up in front as well, but it's going to be a good save cutout once again. Good continuation touch down the pitch. We have a dead even game after 1 minute and 20 seconds. And I want to say we haven't seen a lot of this so far in this series, Monkey Man.
Yeah, no, the only one that really kind of looked this close was the previous game where Mount Union was looking at its most threatening position. This is going to be another chance. Luminous had an opportunity, and now you have so many players from the Colonials crept up looking for just a chance to try and ruin it for Mount Union's defense. And instead, they at least force the counter. They allow some alleviated space. Luminous doesn't find the read. Is that enough? Yes, it is. Bar in for Zanny.
Zanny has scored the last 3 goals here for Mount Union Purple, doing a great job, but that is a great pass coming out from Pity, just reading the counterattack perfectly, recognizing that Robert Morris has thrown everything at this offensive drive, catches him off 1-0, and the first time we've seen Mount Union with a lead, I believe, in this series, and it's gone.
Well, it was there.
Yeah.
If you go to the VOD, you can in fact see the amount of time that Mount Union had a lead, and it was about 3 seconds long. Now, you send 2, that happens. Tied at 1, we knew that this is going to be a consistent fist fight. It's just about consistency, and that really kind of hurts because you want to be able to relax. But there's not a single moment that this team has been able to do that, and yet they're still trying to put some kind of hurt on Robert Morris.
They're trying to put the hurt on. Unfortunately, they're just not able to connect right now. It's going to be a 2v1 situation right now, but Demented Sheep can't get the initial touch. Actually, just going to kill this back pass. Okay, I see you. We're getting a little creative here. Only 16 boosts to their name, but one is not able to get it by it. Here is a shot going to be there, going to be sent out just the other way. Is Zanny going to be up in the skies? Gets a flip here. I don't know what you're going to be able to accumulate with that flip there. It was so far away from the ball. However, Thunder going to win 1 challenge. Ooh. Make that 2. Defender up. Nobody there as this ball is going to be shot and caught at the midfield line once again.
Oh, man. You see Thunder in that moment. They were trying to take a great feed from Pity, but it had a lot more heat and extension than he really wanted to. But we're over the midway mark. This is do or die moments, especially with Nationals in mind. Oh, but it's Luminous. Not only are they defensive savant, but offensively, they are just too hot to handle.
He bumped him, man. Still positioned himself in time, Monkey Man. That's not legal in like 17 states, brother. You can't do that to people.
Including Ohio. And Mount Union, they're in there. So, can anyone stop Luminous? The answer right now is no, but can they respond to them? And the answer is DMs are not open. Please open those up. Privacy settings too strong.
Oh, Oh my, privacy settings, those are a thing. We didn't have them on MySpace. As we go,
GeoCities, please. Come on.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. As we're gonna get a nice ball in the midfield here. It's gonna be launched. Not gonna be able to get over the top of Rad moves. Actually, Goomba's his own team member, but Zanny is completely removed from the pitch, which is gonna open up a lot of space. Zanny able to dive back in time. Still dangerous though. Down to the midfield. Pass going to be intercepted, and we're going just right back the other way. Nobody's really ready or prepared for this. It's going to be Zanny with another save. I believe that's 4 so far in this match alone.
Trying to be able to keep this team in it. With 70 seconds approaching, Mount Union, these Purple Raiders, they've got to go raiding downfield. They're getting caught too often, having to reset from their entire back wall. Pity has been really answering the call. They were non-existent in the first couple of games, but here recently, they've been looking really spicy. What an upside down 50. You don't want to leave that behind. Illuminous is going to be able to get their back corner boost. Can Thunder get out there? They force the 50-50. It goes to the ceiling. 45 seconds approaching. Looking for one extra connection. Oh, but it's sniffed out. What a save by Rad.
Oh, it's a great save by Rad. Is somebody going to be back in time? 50-50 going to be dangerous here near the net. Bump going to come out as well just to slow down the pace that Mountain Union is trying to go at as Pity gets bumped off of the wall. However, collected here. Down in front. Opportunity not going to be found. Demented Sheep able to get that save. Going to go back around here. Rad moves. Able to get a touch over the top. Looking for 2. Finds it. But it's going to go right in the arms of Mountain Union. 18 seconds go down. All the pressure in favor of UMU right now. Can they continue this? 50-50 going to come out this way. And now all that time is burned. You have to start from square one if you're Mountain Union. You have to give that opportunity. Demo going to come out here. Ball shot across. Is going to bounce up high. Demented Sheep, chance to kill it, but it's actually going to hit off the wall and down. It's going to be Robert Morris with a 4-0 sweep to move themselves into nationals and the finals of the Mideast.
Oh, man. Robert Morris coming out looking cool, being cool, and ended cool-headed. Oh, my goodness. So they take that as a 4-0.